Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Tuesday to you. I think Veery today from the sign, maybe it's found a bottom. Being that it's an early IPO, you can't always trust your patterns and your charts and technical analysis. However, it did have this pop today and then it kind of settled down. But as you see here, well, actually, no, never mind. Now I'm looking at it again. My blue line's a VWAP. I was seeing that was a 9 moving average. It's maybe found a bottom, but I don't think it's reversal yet. We'll see though. Hopefully it's a kind of a bottom at this 830 mark, because this thing has been selling off pretty bad. And we've got 120 shares. Average price is 13.16, so we'll be ready for that to come back up any day now. In our long term, we came down 142 today. At one point, we were down pretty far, 461. Abivai, it seemed like it was kind of a rotation out of tech into more pre-COVID and more value plays. IRM's down a little bit. Verizon, let's see. Square, yeah, Square, the tech kind of came out. RKT had a big pop today. I think it was on CNBC. Kramer's maybe mentioning it. Seems like that's the only time that RKT gets any steam. Gets CNBC pump or Kramer, and it has a little bit of love, and then it, yeah, I mean it's gone up and down. It's just like such a tight, slow, consolidated range now. It's I think it's about ready to break out. Hopefully, it can't get much tighter. Maybe one more go around the roller coaster. And this might be a bottom right here that we hit today. And then that pump. So if that were the case, that would make sense, because it's just getting tighter into this range. Because this was a lower low, this was a lower high, so it's trending down, but then this low was higher than this low, and it found support on this higher low back here, see? And then this high wasn't able to break this high, it was pretty much the same. Then it just got into a consolidation, a tighter consolidation here. So this could be a little higher low here, and it might come up and it'll either top at 22 and a half, or if it goes past that into 23, it could go 24, it could keep going. It could go wild, really wild. So keep an eye on that. I'd set an alert maybe. For it's not gonna happen in the next day or two. It'll probably be at least a few days. But I keep an alert if it passes the resistance of this 2250. Yeah, up into 23, it should get crazy. So that's kind of what we're hoping on. I've got 140 shares of this at 28.31. Then we've got these 3 calls that we're down 30% on. These aren't till March 19th though, so I might average down on these, seeing kind of where it's at. I thought we were gonna have another down day, like a full down day to get back to kind of this support, but it would kind of make sense, I guess, if the support was a little higher, if it was still consolidating. So not necessarily all the way to here, but a little higher, a little tighter range. So we'll see tomorrow. Maybe I mean, if it didn't have this CNBC pump, I was down like 40-50% on these. Now I'm down 30%. So I might average down on those. What's awesome is I've been selling covered calls on them. So that's something I've never done before. So with my naked calls I bought, I've been selling shorter expiration calls on it, which has been kind of cool to kind of recoup some of your losses on the calls while you wait for them to hit. So this is a real small credit. It only had like 1 day though, 1 or 2 days. 22 call, 21 and a half call here. So we'll see. If this one, I mean, I could roll it up. I could let it get exercised, and I think I just have 2 calls. I'm not exactly sure how Robinhood would treat that, honestly. If it would take up my 100 shares, or if it would just take one of the calls I bought as a collateral to exercise this call. I'm not familiar what Robinhood would do. Anyways, Give kind of sold off a little bit today. Kind of settled down, so our covered call on this is gaining value or losing value. And let's see, Tesla is just flat today. Consolidation with Tesla. Corsair sold off today, I think just kind of with tech. But let's see. Yeah, I couldn't quite get a pin on Corsair on what it's doing. It looks like it's kind of hitting this support right here. So, but also it could be like a head and shoulders here. That would mean more to the downside. I mean, the 9 just crossed over the 180. So it's pretty bearish looking. However, this is passing support levels, so it might find support here. If we look on like the daily, yeah, it just looks like it's kind of trading in this range, kind of consolidating. So I'm not too sure on this chart, honestly. Maybe I'm biased to it being bullish because I'm bullish on it, and so if that were the case, I'd maybe say this is bearish now because it crossed over and this kind of little head and shoulders, and it might correct some more. I don't know, might come back down to this 32.87 range, 34, 33, right around here before it finds a bottom, which would be on the hourly chart. Yeah, here. So if it does, I might, if I have capital, I'll buy more in the long term. I'd like to get 100 shares of this thing, sell some premium with. I like Corsair. I think this is a good long term for sure. Let's see, KO, yep, don't have hardly any shares. Gibbs sold off some. Gibbs kind of just in a little correction, I think. It was pretty overbought here. Even on the daily, it's still overbought. So we'll kind of wait on that merger, see what happens. Airbnb was down, then it kind of popped back up towards the end of the day. But this just looks like a, I don't know. I think this is still trending down. Even though, see, this is kind of the same thing with Corsair. Like, it's got a support right here where maybe it's bounced off of, and this is a reversal, or this could just be a little bounce before it keeps dropping because it's been stair stepping down here. Hard to know. Before I'd go long on this, I'd wait until it's a more clear sign of a reversal, like hour on the hourly chart candles, you know, above the 9 moving average and breaking this resistance right here. It's pre-market from today. Once it starts breaking that, then you could say, okay, that's a bottom, and it's showing strength of reversal from there. Yeah. What was that? Airbnb. And then Very had a little bump today, like I said. It's hard to know what this one. This looks bullish to me. Somewhat. This candle isn't quite over the 9 moving average, but we'll see. This one's faked us out a couple times, like back here too. Kind of did the same thing. I thought it was a bottom here, and then with this, like, okay, it's got a bottom, and then it just kept melting down. So that's a long term, which we're, you know, now that we're not doing really options on it, necessarily credit spreads or anything like that, it's kind of looking more like a long term that goes up and down. We're down a little bit last week. Last month, down a little bit. Last 3 months, so this is when we were doing, I had more options plays, and this is when Tesla was running, and we did credit spreads, and so I'm shifting that stuff to my other accounts. Even though it's nice to see the long term just continue to go up, but should probably slow down here a little bit because the market's, I mean, Tesla's slowing down. It's my big position on here. Rocket too. It's got, you know, wow, 72%. I've thought about selling off like 1 share of this just because this is 25% now, but I like Tesla, so I don't think I will. I think I'll just hold it, and then once these expire, we'll get a little more capital back. This rocket, yeah, that's true. This is an option we have in here. Once this, if this starts to hit pretty big, then we'll leg into it and sell a call. On our E-Trade today, there was Intel news that shot it up, and at one point, I kind of snaked the option chain a little bit. It was about here, somewhere in here. I got this, and then once it came up to here, it was up like 300% or something. I was just holding. I thought I've got plenty of time on it for a news event, but it kind of just stayed flat. So we'll see. This one probably won't get back up to 300%. I mean, It might if it just keeps running from here. But it's hard to say how well the news hits. I didn't really know much about the news, honestly. Push to explore deals. I'm not sure. But I should have sold one. It's not a huge deal. $45 premium. We're still positive on it. And yeah, I'm still waiting to close out of this ABT, which I tried to close today. It didn't close. And I accidentally got into this PBI play on news. And I was like, shoot. But this is actually holding up. This one might end up being good. The only problem is that it's the 15th of January. And right now, I'm not able to close this at all. So basically, if I can't close this, then if I can't close out my options contracts in this account, I can't change it to margin. Because on Webull, they want all of your options closed. So what I thought about doing was I thought about buying, so putting this a order to sell this and buying it on my other account. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if it'll work, but just to get it out of this account and into another account so I can change this one. I'm not sure if that'll work, but I might be trying that. Actually, I guess I could have tried it already. Yeah, I'm kind of curious though if this PBI news, whatever it was, hits more tomorrow, because it did kind of show strength up there. And then we're doing a swing trade on Alibaba. So that worked out pretty well so far. We got in right about here in this consolidation. Baba's been getting beat down from regulatory news about lots of stuff, but this is a huge company. They do more in sales than Amazon. I mean, they've got crazy numbers. I'm not sure if that's exactly true, but basically this is a good price for it. So today it seemed like it was kind of found a bottom. It's hard to see with that big line on there. There's real bad news yesterday, and then, or let's see, on Christmas Eve, and it slowly came up, and then it's kind of looks like it's finding a rebound. There was more news on it that China is buying in shares or something, basically just making this China-owned company, which is something they would probably do. So I'm not sure if that's bullish or not on it. I think it would be. But yeah, the stock seems to show that. So we bought 8 shares, $1,800 on it, and we'll hold that until it seems like it's hit a top, and then we'll sell out. So might be in this one for a couple weeks, months, I'm not sure. ABT we're trying to sell. Winnebago actually was coming back up. I'm not sure what happened with it. Oh man, kind of sold off. Yeah, I was getting real close to our price and then it sold off. Dude, well, hopefully it bounces off the 180 here. I get up there. Dang, we might have to cut a little loss on this one if it gets back up into this range. I wasn't paying attention. When it's red, I'm not really paying attention to it on shares and waiting for it to be a green before I start really looking at it. But yeah, here I could have sold it. That's okay. We'll just keep holding it. E-Trade. Yeah, this one we've got more plays on it, I think. Got a little crazy. I'm not sure if when I open this Baba call. Oh yeah, that was a mistake. Open, and then what was my other mistake? Open Laser. But Laser actually ended up coming up today. And so did Baba. So these both kind of worked. I just paid a big premium for them. Bought them at the wrong time. So Laser had news, was teaming up with Tesla. I don't think it was true because Elon Musk doesn't use LiDAR technology. And I think that's all this is. So that one probably won't work out. It was up a lot at one point. It was almost break even for me. Probably should have sold it. Baba. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that could be a really good play. UVXY went up today. VIX went up today because the market came down. SPY came down today. So let's see. This Wish call, not doing good. Can't remember what I opened up today. Corsair. This was doing good. I opened up a Corsair put credit spread yesterday, I think. Then Corsair sold off today, which is kind of strange. I guess that was with tech. I think this play will still be fine though, because I have the price of $30, and I don't think it's going to come down this far. So I think it might come down to the support here at 33 or so. and we'll go from there. But yeah, just today it doesn't look good. This 96% I think is just from the spread. I will actually probably average down on this. I'll open up another one or another two once it seems like it's found a bottom, because yeah, I can get a lot more premium now. So I would just go there, go options, or no, I wouldn't do that. Go there. I'd actually go to analyze. I don't know the best way to do it, but go to order ticket. And I think this is, yeah, we'll see 156. So then I could open up one more, and the premium's a lot more now than it was when I opened it. It'd be 79 bucks. When I opened it, I got $40. Yeah. Right? Because that's $80 max. Yeah. So it's basically, I would get double the value. I'd open one more contract and I'd get just as much as I did for two before. So I might average down on this if I think that it's found a bottom and it won't go down to 30. Because if it goes down to 30, then not good. Peloton, so I bought that put on Peloton, which actually did really well today. And early morning, it was up like 140%. It's like, oh, I could leg into it. And I thought, this thing's going to keep going. I didn't want to cap my gains. So about here is like 140%. And I was like, oh, this thing's going to keep going. And then it did a big bounce and it just kind of stayed flat all day and slowly lost value. I was like, oh, man. And then it started doing this at the end of the day. So about here, I decided to leg into it. It's bad I didn't do it earlier because it would have been a lot better. I could have made like 30 bucks on the trade and then also had a max gain of like $400 or $500 if the way I was legging into it earlier in the day. But later in the day, that call I was gonna, or that put I was gonna sell, didn't have as much value because the stock was going up and there was more sentiment for that. So basically, we owned the 145 or 145 put, which is right here, and it's up 17%. This was up 140 today, which is crazy. This expires on Thursday. And then I sold the 144 put, and to sell this, I received $95. So to buy this put, it cost me $90. To sell this one, it cost me $95, or I received $95. So far I made $5 in the play. If I do nothing else, we made $5. So we're basically safe and we're out of it. However, if Peloton keeps going down and goes down past the 144 strike price by expiration, which is right down here, which if this is just a little fake bounce, then it definitely will. If this is actual reversal, then it won't. But I think this is just a bounce. I just got scared. So basically I'm capping my gains, but I'm also playing it safe. So if it comes down below here by the 31st, then we'll get the max gain on this one, which will at that point be another $100 because it's the amount between the strikes. So then we would have made, I guess, $105 on it, and it's super nice on here. It actually plays it out. Hit analyze, 105 is max profit. That's just the difference in the spreads, and then the $5 is the difference I made from buying the put and selling the put. Very confusing if you don't understand legging in. Basically, all it is taking a naked option that you bought and then turning it into a debit spread. So giving it time though, so you're not doing it at the same time. You do it with the same strike, but you're buying it or selling the other option at a different time, at a later time when it's gotten more valuable. So if a play starts going in your favor, to kind of cap your gains on it, not just cap your gains, but lock in your gains, you can sell one further out of the money and get all the money back that you paid to get into the play. This is also a good trick to keep from day trading. So basically on a play like this, I was up 140%, but I got into it today, and if I was like, I want to get out of it, but I didn't want to use a day trade, I could always just sell, like I did here, sell this put, or actually earlier, let me show you this actually. It's dragging on, sorry. But let me show you this because this is interesting. They've got a chart on here. So this 144 put I sold, if we look at it today, look at where this thing was. So the high of it today was 185. So what I could have done if I timed it perfectly, I bought this put for $95. If I sold this put at the perfect time, I would have gotten 185. So I would have net gained at that moment, whatever that would be, what, $90? Something like that, about $90. Then I would have had $90 total. but then I still would have been able to make another $100 if Peloton came down past 144, because we have it now. We have a debit spread. I put debit spread, and max gain on it's $100. So I would have made $90 on just selling it, because this was 185 minus the 95 it took me to buy the other put. And then we're in a debit spread where we can still make $100 on it because of the difference in the strike prices. That's legging in, if you didn't know. Colt calls it ghetto spread. But yeah, so that's what I want to do on here. And that's the account. That's what I'm going to do with these rocket calls if they start to do well. It's hard to know when exactly to do it. I would say legging in is the best once you think it's kind of hit a top of sorts, because you do cap your gains on it. And then picking the strike, of course. You want it to get past it, I would think. You want to get past max gain on it, so picking a strike that it'll get past. But I don't know all the different strategies of that. I'm new to that strategy. But that's it from you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to sub up, like up, comment down, make your money, happy money, so stick around. If you made it to the end of the video, comment below, let me know. That's a big deal. Okay, see you tomorrow.